Michael, if you were worried about the police last week, who are you worried about this week?
Well, worried about ourselves and our opponents. Next week we play the reigning premiers on their ground, and we've just given some starts to sides, and we've had to work pretty hard to get back. So we've just got to make sure that we are ready to play good football. I wasn't overly worried about the first quarter, even though it was very lopsided in regard to inside 50s. I was more trying to absorb a few of their blows, and that's as a coach's point of view, and just see if we can absorb that, and then see whether we can actually hold until we were ready to go. But they got away from us in the second quarter, clearly. 7-4, that's getting away from us.
What do you say about Chris Judd that hasn't already been set in the third quarter of the way?
Oh, I think Juddy's good. Juddy's very good. I think you underestimate the rest of the players around him too. So.
What sort of players Bryce gives?
I think everyone contributed in their own way. We're not all blessed with the same abilities as some players, so therefore it's not a matter of trying to be someone you're not. It's trying to be someone who you are, and that's why you're in the side. Be why we picked you. And some players play tall, some play quick, some play medium, forward, back. As long as they play the role and play close to their standard, that's all you want. And then you want that to be all players playing at the standard that gives you a chance to win as a collective.
Nick Duigan, how much warning did he have that he was going to play, and what can you say about his game today?
Well, Nick played very well. Anyone who's chosen as a emergency should be on notice. They could play, and most of these blokes knew Monday that they would be part of the squad of 25, 26. So it's not a matter of, yep, it was flicked, minutes to go. But that's not to say the player shouldn't be ready to play, nor should we be in an embarrassed situation to say we're putting a player on board who is not ready to play. So all players, and we didn't know about Heath, we didn't know about Chris, we didn't know about Brock, and as it turned out, Brock, it was very late. It was a good call by him, and it was lucky it was the last kick that he kicked and not the first kick that he kicked in the game. But it was the last kick in the warm-up. That he felt it. Not he didn't redo it, he just felt it. So I'm suspecting that that's probably just a little message for us to say that he's a week shy. But it was a great effort by Nick Duigan. But let's not confuse ourselves. We're not amateurs here. Players get prepared to play when they're told by Monday to get them. And playing's about this here, not there down. That's easy. Just run around the lap a couple of times and you're warmed up. This thing here's got to work for you. And I'd be very disappointed if any of those players that were named as emergencies weren't ready to play.
Mick, you've spoken about the need next week to have a better start, not give away such a start. But overall, what did you reckon about today and the way the Blues, came back and scored a memorable win?
Well, I know it's a cliche, but when the siren starts the game and one finishes the game, you just want to make sure that you've done enough in between to. We don't want to be chasing all day, but nonetheless, I half suspected, in fairness to the Tigers, if there's a side you admire, I think everyone loves the way they go about it, was maybe a few of them played their game early. And persistence is wonderful. If you just keep at sides like that, I'm not saying that it did happen, and they'll say it didn't, but end of the day, we felt as if we were playing at Subiaco Oval with a busload of supporters. It was deafening. It's the loudest noise I've ever heard running down a race for the opposition. Not that I'm not familiar with that song, mind you, but... So you just got to hang in there. Heath see you, by the way, too.
Well, Heath, the last week and this week, there must be a bit of confidence and belief growing amongst the boys?
Definitely. We felt like, obviously, we earned our spot in the finals, and we've had a good record over Richmond, and we were confident going into today. But the challenges ahead of us this week, we've got the reigning premiers, So we're going to have to lift our game again and really step up a bit, and hopefully, we'll bring the same sort of work rate that we did today.
Mick, your outgoing fitness guy has the team primed. Your last quarters, your last halves, the last couple of weeks have been fantastic.
Yeah, the staff, Justin Cordy's been outstanding, but the staff in general, contrary to what someone might have wanted to write about during the week without first checking with the football club, we had a thank you night on Monday for all the partners and all the staff. I think they are so sadly forgotten in a big year where the focus is on the players and sometimes on the coach and sometimes on the presidents or the CEO. It's so important to recognise the partners, because when players come in our front door, they've got a facade on their face like you can't believe, and yet at home some of them are pretty miserable because they've just been dropped, they're injured, they're suspended, whatever the case is, it's the girls, the wives and the girls, the partners support them unbelievably. And then when they come to the club, there's a host of people, volunteers and paid staff, that just every football club has them. And I just, it's so easy to forget to say thank you, and that's what we did on Monday, to let them know that we play the game. The troops go out, but the support staff are essential. And that's a football club. I think that answers the question. What did you ask?
About fitness guy.
Oh, well, he's one of them. That's right. So there you go. No, he was fantastic. He's been fantastic. And the players have full credit to the professionalism of the players. It's easy to give instructions, but you've got to follow them.
From a player's perspective, what changed in that third quarter? Did anything change? Because your effort was, you were matching them for effort, but you just couldn't quite get the breaks in the first half.
Yeah,
that
look,
third quarter.
We spoke about it as a player before we come in. We felt, we obviously gave away a few undisciplined acts, gave away a few goals, and we felt like that we were in the game and we were playing well. We just needed to clean up them little things, and we did in the second half. And we felt, I think it was 3 goals. Correct me if I'm wrong. With 3 goals, we gave away from 50-metre penalties, and the margin was 24, 25 points. So we were right in the game. Just had to clean up them undisciplined acts.
I suppose they can go the other way though. You give away those free kicks and they end up with goals. I mean, you can drop your bundle. How do you keep yourself together in that situation?
Oh, there's no doubt. I reckon the group gained the confidence of coming back last week. Definitely, like I said, we felt like we were still in the game. We're playing good football. The margin was 4 goals, which we knew we could make that back in a half of football. So the belief was there, and the work rate was there, and it matched in the second half.
Mick, just to comment on Mitch Robinson in that last quarter, he gives them a goal, and then a couple of minutes later, I think he puts you in front for the first time since the first quarter.
Oh yeah, Robbo's the full package. He's a great coaching tester. Okay, so I'll leave it at that.
Mick, do you give yourself every chance of winning next weekend? You obviously lost to one mid-season, and where do you sort of feel the Swans are at the moment?
I've got to say that I've never, ever got past Tuesday and ever thought that we couldn't win a game of football. There's been times on Monday that I'm a bit shaky, but by Tuesday, I've got great belief in my team, both on and off the ground, and in a 2-horse race, and that's it every week, then if I don't believe, how can I expect my players to believe? So I believe that right now in those performances of the last month, I thought we played pretty well against Essendon too, just quietly, that we will give ourselves a real chance of winning this game. And that's we'll pick the best side, and we'll pick it with the brief that they still owe their supporters and still owe it to their teammates that aren't playing to have a red-hot crack. And that's basically that's what you're after. So I don't need Tuesday to pick this one up.
Just from a player's point of view, Heath, as Mick says, your last month, you just kept picking up the momentum. Your thoughts on what you guys are capable of?
Look, yeah, who knows? We'll focus on Sydney this week. Like I said before, the challenge is really going to be ahead of us. They are the reigning premiers. They're a quality side, so we're going to have to be on top of our game. But we're in the finals. We're alive. So who knows? We'll focus on Sydney and see how we go this week.
Go on.